Hey guys, it's Spacey Sims, and we are back with more Cupid Parasite, continuing Raoul's route, and he was just having a little feel sorry for himself. Oh, I was like, what in the world is on that street sign behind us? Okay, it's just a thing hanging from the rearview mirror. Good lord, I was like, is she gonna notice that? Okay, it's just, oh my god. I hope Raoul's alright. Anyway, I stared up at the building from Raoul's car. We were on our way to the Mythological Society to discuss some photos we took the other day. They were sent, but hadn't been analyzed yet, so it was finally time to talk about them. But Raoul's agent had called him in, so there you go. That's the recap of everything that happened last time, aside from being chased and Raoul being amazing. And I was waiting in the car. I bet his agent's suspicious about yesterday. Indeed, his agent had called me the previous day. She wanted to check that I hadn't been involved in the recent commotion and urged caution during this crucial period in Raoul's life. I assumed that Raoul had been getting an earful. Raoul then came running back over. I'm back. Welcome back, Raoul. Raoul got into the driver's seat, looking utterly drained. He collapsed into the cushion and reclined against the backrest. Phew, that was exhausting. I bet. How did it go with your agent? Oh, yeah, she was furious, but I think I smoothed things over. I coordinated our stories with Robin beforehand, so it would appear that I was there yesterday. That's good, I suppose. Yeah, it is, but... Oh, he unexpectedly pulled me into a side hug, making me a bit anxious. We were in a car, yes, but we were still out in public. Who knew when someone might spot us? Raoul, you're gonna get scolded again. Raoul looked up sharply, a wounded expression in his eyes. Oh, I realized that was the last thing he wanted to hear at the moment. But I wasn't doing anything wrong. There's no reason why that should provoke my manager. His voice wavered, as if he were on the verge of tears. I couldn't bring myself to respond. Poor baby! His agent had just yelled at him. Despite that, he defended his actions, insisting he hadn't done anything wrong. I didn't understand. I wasn't a sillywood actor, after all. I was unsure how to comfort him. Something about the situation saddened me. Raoul held me, his hand trembling, before finally letting go. His face held the same familiar expression, but something about his smile seemed melancholy. I didn't think it was just my imagination. I'm sorry. I guess this just causes problems for you. Not at all. Let's go. Raoul started the car engine. I had hurt Raoul. I knew that much, but I was still at a loss for words. I didn't want Raoul to remain upset because of that. Hold his hand. We drove to the university for the Mythological Society. Before joining the others, I pulled Raoul into an empty classroom. Spacey, what's wrong? And the others are in the classroom upstairs. Raoul gazed at me, puzzled. I slid my arms around his neck. Oh. Raoul, I'm sorry. Huh? I hurt you earlier. I wanted to apologize first. Spacey. Raoul's hand tentatively circled my waist. He was trembling, so I held him tightly and comforted him with gentle pats on his back. Is it okay to hold you? You don't dislike it? Of course not. But if someone sees us like this, it could cause problems. I want to be like this with you, Raoul. I'm not afraid of getting yelled at. I'd heard all about Raoul's reputation during our time at D'Amour Paradis. I knew he was an actor who attracted a lot of attention. Nevertheless, I pursued him. There was no greater wrong than hurting the one you love, after all. I don't care what anyone says, so don't worry about causing trouble or anything. It doesn't bother me in the slightest. Really? You don't hate me? Don't you hate it when we can't freely go on dates? Well, as long as we're together, any place can be perfect. Simply being at home together can be rewarding in itself. But if I do whatever I want, someone might end up envying you, like that stalker. The branches swaying in the wind parted, allowing the moonlight to gradually reveal Raoul's face. I saw worry in his expression. Practice pancration, practice negotiation. I feel like negotiation, not pancration. This does not feel like the time for pancration. No, it's the time for pancration. Don't worry. I learned how to do a judo throw the other day. I'll practice pancration as well, just to be safe. Oh, okay, I get what it is. I thought it meant right now, not like saying, I'll practice this in the future. Okay, that makes more sense. I'll practice pancration to get away from stalkers, as opposed to, I'll negotiate with them. Okay. I don't know why, my brain wasn't fully on as I was reading, and I just thought she meant, like, right now, like, negotiate with him, or, I'm like, why would you do that? I don't know. Alright, I just didn't understand where that was going. I released him and extended a fist. Caught off guard, Raoul burst into laughter. You're practicing pancration? Hey, I'm serious here. Feeling embarrassed by his laughter, I tried to conceal my blush by sitting on one of the desks. I pouted and let my legs dangle. Once Raoul had finished laughing, I noticed tears in his eyes. Sorry. It just made me so happy. He placed his hand on the desk where I sat and leaned in, a smile playing on his lips. Sweet darling. But are you sure? You didn't seem to enjoy it much last time. Will you really practice pancration with me? Yeah, I want you to know that I remember everything from our previous training session. You can trust me, Raoul. I promise I won't do anything reckless. Spacey. Raoul seemed close to tears once more. He rubbed his nose against me like a big affectionate dog. Thank you. I was rushing to get us married. I felt lost because I didn't know what to do. When everyone said I couldn't, I felt like I needed to hurry or you'd just vanish. Really? Is that what you were thinking? Sometimes I worry. I don't know if you'll suddenly go back to Celestia one day. I fear that your parents find me unworthy. There are lots of mythological stories about that. I don't know if I should try to be better or worse. I simply don't know. And that scares me. Oh, so that's what's been on your mind. I reached out and gently stroked his hair. Sitting on the desk brought our faces closer than usual. His large, light green eyes shimmered with worry. I tried to soothe him with a smile. It's okay. I'll always love you, Raoul. Nothing can tear us apart. I'll be with you no matter what, even if Mom or Dad disapprove. I'll fend them off using pancration. Like Hercules or Theseus? Yeah, like Theseus and Hercules, who battled the Minotaur and the Nemean lion. Is it Nemean lion? Anyway, I won't lose, even to the gods. Spacey, thank you. This makes me incredibly happy. And blushy, he's adorable. Someday I want to have bold dates like we did yesterday. I'll continue working hard to make that happen. Yeah. Oh! Look at our CG. Okay, I mean, to be fair, when it's like, I sat on the desk and he leaned against me, I was expecting a CG or like a frisky moment, and I was like, I'm surprised we didn't, and then here we are. We looked around to ensure no one was present, then shared a kiss. We were going to head to the Mythological Society from there. But with the lights off in the classroom and no one around, our passions ignited. I'm like, are we gonna bang in the classroom? We have places to be, but I guess it doesn't matter. Spacey. The gentle kisses soon intensified. I like that this man is... So basically, from what we heard earlier in like last part of the part before, it was like, we make love every day. It's like, yeah, okay, we didn't need to... I guess, listen. It would have just been nice if you told us that. You gave us a little hint. Gave us a little frisky in the very beginning and then basically said that. Then I would just know every time the scene fades away and the next day it's like, we just boned. You know what I mean? So we're about to get down and dirty in the classroom, and I approve. Okay? Like, I don't think I could do it personally, but like, I approve of this freakiness. And I also just approve of the fact that, like, if they were gonna make Gil a freaky little monster, like, damn, he is getting all up in our shit constantly. Raoul has to be worse. And by worse, I mean better. You know what I mean? Like, you can't... I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Raoul. You're gonna let Gil top you like that? That sounds inappropriate. I mean, I guess if that's what you're into and you ship them, sure. But, like, you know what I mean? Like, you can't let Gil out, like, horny you. Come on. And I don't think that's going to happen now. Because we know whether they show it or not, or they lead into it or not, we're getting boned every damn day because this man is just so desperate to keep us with him. Sweetie, I wasn't going anywhere. And also, if we do this every single day, I'm not going to be able to walk. So I guess problem solved. He took my breath away, kissing me in a new way. Desire flickered in his gaze. I also love the fact that he's just, like, super fucking horny for us all the time. It's kind of nice. Hey, can we... His whispers dripped with temptation. Usually he didn't bother to ask permission, but in moments like this, he did. We were in a public place. Away from the privacy of our home, we risked someone spotting us and snapping photos for scandalous headlines. Yeah, also the fact that everyone's going to see your butt. That's why he sought that extra reassurance and consent. I mean, I'm sure we're just going to, like, skirt up, panties up, like, half-clothed, but still. Part of me desired to be caught and have our photos splashed across the media. Such rebellious thoughts filled my head. That's kinky, girl. We were a couple in playful, flirtatious love. Ludus, as it's called. The thought made me smile. Yes, please, Raoul. Even the gods couldn't tear us apart. We didn't need anyone's approval. I yearned for a day when we could date openly, without fear or care. With that thought, I reached for him. We both wanted to show our relationship, yet we also sought to keep it hidden. Our newfound courage banished all hesitation. As if making up for lost outdoor dates, we flirted with danger. Light seeped through the closed blinds, punctuated by passing car headlights. This added an extra thrill. And this is not even in the spicy end, you know? Above us, faint applause signaled the start of the Mythological Society meeting. Despite the meeting's commencement, we lingered in the room, savoring our last moments. We kept our tardiness a secret as we arrived at the meeting later. The situation was decadent and exhilarating. He's like, I'll be fast. Raoul's new goal. Ugh. I love this bastard. The next day, I went to work as usual. Oh, morning! Good morning! Phew, now let's get to work. I sat at my desk, reviewing the day's tasks. The Mythological Society never reached a consensus about the mysterious light. Some suggested it was a warning from Poseidon, and others said it was a blessing from Cupid. Then someone well-versed in photography proposed it was just lens flare. It was an underwhelming conclusion for the Mythological Society. It could involve Mom and Dad. I should ask them sometime. As I worked and wondered about this, several colleagues approached. Hey, Miss Mirror, do you have a moment? What's wrong? Well, did anything unusual happen yesterday? Yesterday? Oh, everything was normal. Why do you ask? I was concerned you might have attracted a stalker. A stalker? Confused by this unexpected news, I looked at my colleagues, who exchanged glances. Perhaps we overreacted. But something didn't feel right. I thought it best to mention it. Well, what happened? Well, a strange customer came in yesterday. We thought you should know. A strange customer? This man in a black suit. It didn't seem like he was here for matchmaking. He just asked if Miss Mirror was here. It was Eli. When they said, a strange customer came in, I was like, Eli. And then said a man in a black suit. It's Eli. Huh, he asked for me? Yeah, here's his business card. Do you recognize the name? My colleague handed it to me. The name was unfamiliar. Oh, interesting. I had never dealt with this person before. Okay, so it wasn't Eli then. Interesting. No, I don't know this person at all. Figured as much. I told him we don't assign specific advisors here, but he insisted on just having a look. I informed him you weren't in today, and he said he'd return. In my experience, those types can become advisor stalkers. If he shows up today, try to avoid him. I've informed the reception desk, so they shouldn't ask you to handle him. Just be careful. Right, thank you. A strange man in a black suit. I stared at the business card again, but no face came to my memory. Given my role as Cupid, I generally remembered everyone I matched. That's why I couldn't figure out who this person was. And the thing is if it was like somebody like, oh, we're doing an investigation, we're with the FBI, they would say that. You know what I mean? Could he be connected to Raul? We discussed the possibility of a jealous stalker just yesterday. Yeah, but it would be a woman going after you, not a dude. Well, I mean, it could be a dude, but I'm just saying. Our relationship wasn't public knowledge. I hadn't even told my coworkers about it. We behaved as if nothing had happened, like actors promoting a movie. But there was a chance someone had discovered our secret. We had secretly gone on numerous dates. Maybe we need to limit our outings, or the risk will keep growing. When Raul was previously attacked by a stalker, he defended me and got hurt. Back then I had my Cupid's arrow and could erase the stalker's romantic feelings, but I couldn't do that now. I guess that was different than, like, Minerva taking over him, like, you know. I touched the spot on my chest where my Cupid's arrow used to be. The sense of something missing was something I still struggled with. Luckily, my workday ended without the mystery man showing up. See you tomorrow! Yeah, see you tomorrow. Take care. Sure. Phew, I wonder what's for dinner tonight. Oh, Spacey! As I left Cupicore, I saw Raoul jogging toward me with a smile. Raoul, I thought you were working today. Mount Donuts was also on 7th Avenue. I assumed he'd had a change of shift, but Raoul shook his head. I was actually in a meeting for a film shoot nearby. You finished early. I figured you'd be done with work, so I came to pick you up. Really? Thanks, Raoul. You're welcome. There's some food I want to get on the way home. Gonna eat lobsters. Oh, there. I was like, and then I said, like, we're gonna get lobsters, and then Lobster Man shows up. Mr. Aconite, you took off so suddenly. Huh? This person is... The man following Raoul was slightly winded. I like how just because she's never been formally introduced, they have his color as, like, the generic side character color and not his normal red and purple. Like, it's weird. He was the same man who had given us tickets to Diamor Paradis after donating blood. Hold on. Jesus fucking Christ. No, I don't want your scam calls. Go away. I have to check just because, like, one time it was actually my landlord. You know what I mean? Like, good fucking God, though. Ugh. He was also the vice president of the major company Omar Holdings. I'd seen him on the news. Sorry, I realized it was time for her to finish work, so I rushed over. Raoul, is this? Yeah, this is Eli, the person who gave us the tickets. He's the producer of the film I'm starring in. It's been a while. My name is Eli Omar. Please call me Eli. Hello, Mr. Eli. It's good to see you again. Thanks for the tickets. No problem. I'd be glad to offer them again. It's a pleasure to see you, Spacey Mirror. Well, I guess his suit's more like supposed to be like a purpley kind of color. Like, it's got like spots on it, but I don't think it's supposed to have spots on it. It's just, but you know what I mean? Like, I would have said, if they said black, I would have been like, okay. Even though it's like a purple tinted. Huh. How do you know my name? I also watched Goddess Upon the Camel Part 2. Oh, right. But Mr. Aconite is quite impressive. I work out, but he sprinted all the way here from 5th Avenue. From 5th Avenue? Yeah, I think I beat my previous record. But 5th Avenue isn't close at all. Though 5th Avenue to 7th Avenue is technically walkable, most people would take the subway. Seemed Raoul would run the entire way, and Mr. Eli had chased after him. Anyway, would you two care to join me for dinner? There's a nice restaurant I know of. Eli, who had been slightly out of breath earlier, had regained his composure and wore a refined smile. Raoul smiled back. If he mentions lobsters and Eli's like, nope, I think I'm gonna peace out. And I'm just saying. Just saying. You know, this would be the perfect spicy end to have a nice little threesome going on between the two of them. I'm just saying. Let me have it! Alright? You made me do a beast man. At least give me a threesome. Okay? You know? Come on. Sorry. I have an early shift tomorrow, so we need to head home. Huh. What a shame. Well, I hope to see you again soon. Yeah, thank you for today. Spacey, let's go. Without waiting for my response, Raoul took my arm and led me away. That was a rare sight. Raoul, who was usually so sociable and friendly, turned down a dinner invite. Upon returning home, Raoul flopped onto the sofa, clearly drained. Phew, I'm so tired. You do look it. It's rare to see you so worn out. Was the meeting today especially tough? Well, it wasn't really the meeting. I just don't like that guy very much. Oh, why's that? So I doubt he's gonna let us bang him on the side. Whatever. Well, nothing specific happened. It's just a gut feeling, you know? He's not like Shelby, even though they're both business owners. He's colder somehow. I took this job because it's a solo gig, but my agent was ecstatic about it. There was talk of another romance film. Maybe I'm just better suited to that kind of work. Raoul pouted and rolled onto the couch, clutching a cushion. His frank expression of emotion made me think of a large, affectionate dog. She keeps referring to him as it's not untrue, but it's like, your analogy of comparing him to a girl, you got bestiality on your brain. Okay? Like, she has not gotten over her prior. She's like, somewhere in my mind, I just wish she turned into, like, half beast, half man so I could fuck him. And damn, Raoul's like a big dog. Like, I mean, this girl has got problems, is all I'm saying. Like, after that route, I'm a little traumatized. The route itself and the ending wasn't, but, like, now I might be a little bit with her just constantly being like, he's like a dog, you know, I want, like, just kidding. It's kind of like, game, stop, though. Like, obviously, like, they just wrote whatever, but it's like, she keeps saying, he's like a dog, he's like a dog, he's like a dog. I mean, it's true, he really is, like a big-ass labradoodle. But, like, but then after the Chi thing, you're like, you know, you got issues, sweetie. I mean, I do too, to be fair, but the image was cute, yet also highlighted his handsome face. I completely understood why his agent wanted to expand his female fan base. My agent and Eli seem to get along well, but I'm not exactly thrilled about this project. It's a big opportunity, no doubt, but I feel like it's pushing me further from marriage, and I don't like that. Raoul let out a deep sigh, still holding the cushion. Ha. So, you know what I mean? Like, Eli tried to steal me from Shelby, so it would make sense. I turned down that dinner without asking you. Sorry about that. It's okay. He's someone you work with, Raoul. It was your decision to make. Thanks. Anyway, let's eat. I'll cook dinner tonight. With a sudden burst of energy, Raoul jumped up from the sofa and headed into the kitchen. His earlier gloom had vanished. I think yesterday's conversation had been weighing on his mind. But I decided not to mention the strange encounter I'd had today. Nothing had actually happened, after all. I didn't want to add to Raoul's worries. Okay, this guy. That's the black suit guy. He wasn't on screen, it was just a text box, but that was just ... The next day, the man in the black suit didn't show up. The reception desk confirmed that he hadn't visited either. I assumed he was someone who'd seen Parasite House and had requested me as a result. Life was mostly back to normal. I had lunch at the Happy Forest Cafe. Hello, miss. Mr. Eli? Hello, are you on a break from work? Yes, I was in the area for a meeting. Are you eating alone? Yeah, my lunch break's almost over, so I need to head back soon. I see. May I join you for a minute? Without waiting for my answer, Eli sat down across from me. He slid a project proposal titled Secret Marriage Plan across the table. What's this? Mr. Aconite has been very helpful to us. He starred in a commercial for our pharmaceuticals division's After Sun lotion, which has boosted sales significantly. Oh, that's true, he did that earlier. It appears he's considering quitting his acting career in Sillywood in order to marry you. He was aware of Raoul's concerns. Had Raoul asked him for advice? But Raoul had said he didn't like him. I must have looked shocked because Eli offered a small smile. It would be a shame to lose such a fine actor, and that's why I want to help him. It's not a Romeo and Juliet situation, but more of a Bassano and Portia one. Bassanio? Portia one? Anyway. Yeah, I don't know The Merchant of Venice, but Bassanio and Portia, that was from Shakespeare's comedy The Merchant of Venice, a tale of two young lovers overcoming adversity. They had borrowed money from a merchant named Antonio to get married, but they shipwrecked and later caused trouble for Antonio. Yet the tale had a happy ending for everyone except the villain, a moneylender named Shylock. I want to be your Antonio. Rest assured there will be no shipwrecks. All I want is to support you two, the young lovers. Eli smiled as he flipped through the proposal document. A section was titled Invitation for New Enterprise, and it clearly outlined the pay and work hours. I consider joining our company. Among other benefits, we'd gladly support your wedding. Of course, we'll arrange for the media to celebrate your union. It would be fantastic if you could relocate to France, where our headquarters is. However, if that's too challenging, Los York would be fine. And nonetheless, we plan to offer a satisfying salary and plenty of time off. We'd greatly appreciate your assistance. But what's this new business about? First, can you confirm whether you accept these terms? If so, we can move on to discussing the specifics. It's like, here's the terms. Do you accept? Sure. Here's the job. You're going to murder people. I don't want the job. Too late. You already agreed. Like, I mean, I kind of need my job description before I agree to your terms. Is he trying to establish a new matchmaking enterprise? I mean, I assumed that's where he's going because that's what he was doing in Shelby's. That was the only conclusion I could draw. If he was trying to lure talent from a rival firm, it made sense he wouldn't share details. If you join our company, we'll offer full support for your marriage. I hope to hear good news from you. After leaving his proposal and business card with his contact details behind, he left the cafe. I reviewed the proposal once more when I was alone, but couldn't understand what the job would entail. Being his girlfriend. Maybe that's what the spicy end is. Is like, we agree to his proposal, and then we think, like, yeah, it's okay. I'll just be doing the same job that I'm doing at Cupid Corn. It's like, no. No, your job is to have sex with me. And it's like, fuck. I'd be down for that spicy end. I'd be down for it. That's what Eli said. I mean, listen, I know we technically got to marry Eli, but we had to destroy Shelby to do it, and I was just so cold. Like, I just wanted, like, a boyfriend on the side where Shelby's like, yeah, I'm aware that you're sleeping with him on the side, but, like, whatever, let's not talk about it. And, like, you know, he's like, it's fine when I'm stressed out and I can't spend time with you, you're fucking Eli on the side, whatevs? And it was just like a, you know, an understood, accepted thing in our weird little relationship. You know? Not, we have to rip Shelby down, brutally destroy him, and then rub his nose in it. You know? Like, Jesus. But, like, I mean, okay, I guess. Like, poor Shelby. He's the only one that's gotten a bad ending. After I got home, I relayed the proposal to Raoul, and he looked startled. What? Eli claimed that I'm struggling with the idea of getting married? I haven't spoken a word about that to him. Really? I didn't divulge any personal details to him. How did he discover it? Do you think he asked your agent? My agent isn't the type to talk about those things. That would put our agency at a disadvantage. I think he deduced it from observing me. He's good at that sort of thing. Oh, really? I had assumed that Raoul trusted Eli and opened up about his worries. This twist was quite unexpected. Had I trusted Eli and overshared, he would have obtained even more information. That could have further disadvantaged Raoul. Yeah, I really don't like him. Plus the conditions he proposed seem suspicious. Yeah, they do. Yeah. Right. Being indebted to individuals like him usually complicates things. I don't like where this is heading. I don't want savvy moneymakers holding anything over us. I want to remain independent. Raoul fiddled with his piercings, staring at his feet. That was his usual demeanor when he was displeased. Figure out Eli's objective, reject the proposal. I think we should figure out his objective. Because I want to know. But that might be heading us down to, like, a different ending, but... Oh, actually, okay, one of them is. All right, we're getting our, Where were we saving? Okay, we're gonna have to start a new thing, because that one had too many. 71. Okay. So which one? I think it's figure out his objective. I want to solve the mystery. You know what I mean? No, it's just straight up reject. Damn. Oh, good, but that means we do get to figure out his objective at some point. Okay, I'll reject it. Oh, maybe that leads us to the spicy ending, because that's the spicy choice. Thank you. If he approaches you again, let me know right away. There was no way I could agree to those terms when I was clueless about the new business. Once I agreed to his terms, there might be no going back, so then I'm assuming... Well, usually if we get the spicy end, if that was the first save, then we'll have at least one more choice that we would... where we will absolutely choose the spicy option. And... that'll be our save file too, where we'll choose the sweet option when we want to get our sweet end. And then, you know what I mean? Because that seems to be how it's going. Good God! There's just so much birdie dandruff all over my lap. It's like it's snowing in here. You got so much dandruff. So much dandruff. It's because you're molten and you're picking all your skin off. That's so disgusting. That sounds disgusting. But it's like a little, like, keratin sheath on your little feathers when they pop through your little holes. That sounds so disgusting. When you come through your follicles, your feather follicles, and then you got to get it off, but then when you're picking at them and everything, and then it's just like a little rain of dandruff. It's so gross. It's so gross. It looks disgusting. Oh, someone's being nasty. I was going to pet you. Nasty, feisty brat. You are getting really crotchety and bitchy in your old age. You're only 10. You're not allowed to be... It's only a third of the way through your life, you jackass. You're not allowed to be this douchey. You're just being very bratty. He's like, that's because you keep poking me in the face. He's like, it's true. Oh, you bit hard. I'm going to take this beak, mister. I'm going to take it and keep it. Take it and keep it. It's mine now. You'll get it back at the end of the day. Get it back at the end of class. He's a big fat douche. You are. He's a big fat douche. He's like, you're poking at me. I know. I am poking at you because I own you. Poke at you if I want to poke at you. I touch you if I want to touch you. Touch your toes. I touch your toes. I get your tail. I get your tail. I get your tail. Oh, you stop it. Oh, you stop it. Oh, you stop it. You're such a beast. You're a beastie bird. I don't want to pet you. You're going to bite me, you jerk. Once I agreed to his terms, there might be no going back. Would I end up borrowing from who I believe was Antonio, but was actually Shylock? That was a possibility I didn't want to play with. I sent a formal rejection message to the contact on the business card and received an immediate response. Mr. Omar, thank you for earlier. It was a great offer, but I feel fulfilled in my current job, so I must decline this time. Thank you for your understanding. That's unfortunate, but please feel free to contact me anytime if you change your mind. You'll always be welcome. The response said... Okay, I already read that. I'm like, the response said what I just read. When she was asleep, I began exercising with the bench press. I still have this lingering uneasy feeling. I was sure it was thanks to the conversation from earlier. Stirred a newfound vigor in me to work out even harder. I added heavier weights than I usually lifted. It bothers me, the idea of someone offering to help us get married as though we're a charity case. I knew he was just playing his own game. There were plenty of people like that in the industry, so there was no point in dwelling on it. But I still despised it, and I hated that they tried to get me to go through her even more. Tried to get me through her even more. Okay. I hated that they tried to get to me through her. Well, this wouldn't have happened if I had an immovable high status. If only I were a prominent Sillywood star, impervious to the opinions around me, I wouldn't have let such a situation happen. I hate this. Raoul, you have a bright future. My agent's words about me having a bright future echoed in my mind. All right then. I'll train so hard I'll transform into a muscular actor. Sweetie, your body is perfect the way it is. I don't want you being super, super gigantic like Mars. That's not sexy to me. And that way I'd have another level of control. Another barrier against people telling me what to do. As I immersed myself in my training and broke into a sweat, my mind wandered back to the conversation about the proposal. It's funny that he's working out shirtless, because, like, the sweat on your back against the mat, that's gotta be gross. It was hard to just enjoy the workout. Enjoying the work. Secret donuts. A few days after rejecting Eli's proposal, I woke up to Raoul's face inches away from mine. Jesus. Oh, he's sleeping. He was still fast asleep. Normally I just gaze at him like this until it was time for work. Wait, Raoul, didn't you have a shoot today? Oh! Raoul sprang awake as soon as he heard me. Crap, what's the time? It's 7 a.m. This is bad. I need to go now. Take care. Thanks. I worked from 11 a.m. to 8 p.m., so I saw him off from bed. As Raoul was getting dressed, he glanced back at me. After the shoot, I have a shift at Mount Donuts. I'll bring some home. Thanks, I'm excited. Yeah. After he dressed, Raoul returned to the bed with a sad expression. Well, I'll be going now. Raoul kissed me and reluctantly left. He seemed to regret not being able to stay longer, given the shoot. We're together every day. Just last night we'd been making love until late, yet he looked like he could never get enough. That thought warmed my heart. See, I love this. It's basically them constantly like, he fucked me. Just in case you were wondering, he said he makes love to me every day, and he does. I think he's shooting at D'Amour Paradis. That's probably why he wished we could have gone together. But I couldn't get the day off, and the set didn't allow outsiders. The next time we go, I want it to be a date where we don't have to worry about anything else. If we were publicly acknowledged as a couple, we wouldn't need to sneak around to D'Amour Paradis. We could boldly visit any tourist destination as a couple. Of course, there was always a risk of fans flocking to us, so we'd have to be cautious. Don't eat my headset cord. No. Because I was trying to fling the bird off. I better get ready for work, too. Although it was early, it was too late to go back to sleep. Raoul's place was on First Ave, a fair distance from the office. Considering the early hour, I decided to head over to Happy Forest Cafe for breakfast. I rose out of bed. My workday proceeded as usual, with only one more meeting left with a new member. The next client's a man who's newly joined. His ideal marriage is a family without crustaceans? The sheet was full of similarly ambiguous answers. What a strange profile. This ties into Eli somehow. However, some members were too shy to express their desires. As a bridal advisor, it was my job to get them to be honest about what they wanted. Let's handle the meeting properly. Document in hand, I left my desk and headed toward the meeting room. It's gonna be the dude. The black suit guy. Thank you for waiting. Hello, I'm Cubicor's top bridal advisor. My name is Spacey Mirror. Nice to meet you, and thank you for the meeting. Something felt off as I entered the room. My intuition as Cupid told me this man was not here for matchmaking. Then why was he here? This was a matchmaking agency, after all. Target confirmed. Proceeding to capture. Huh? The alleged member of Cupid Corps was wearing an earpiece, and his piercing glare was fixed on me. As he reached out to grab me, I instinctively flung my files at him and ran out of the room. The office, bustling with people a moment ago, was suddenly deserted. Glancing at the scheduling whiteboard, I saw everyone was in a meeting. No, it wasn't bad timing. Someone must have organized the meetings this way. Like that man earlier. But who was he? Huh? Feeling someone's presence, I turned around. A man in black stood in the shadows. Something about him was disconcerting. It reminded me of warnings from my coworkers. Okay, so the man in black wasn't the guy in the room. That was a decoy. Okay, I got it. There was a strange customer, and I should be careful. This man in a black suit, it didn't seem like he was here for matchmaking. He just asked if Miss Mirror was here. Could it be... The man seemed to be tracking my movements and took another step toward me. He was watching me. What do I do? I need to escape. This is like all bizarre. Unexpected. I fled down the stairs, left the cubicle office, and made my way to the crowded main street. But I still heard footsteps running after me. They really were coming after me. There's got to be people on the street. It's 8 o'clock. Despite regularly jogging with Raoul, running in heels was proving difficult to take him off. The loud thuds behind me were getting closer. They were too fast. There were even more of them now. I wouldn't be able to outrun them. That's when I noticed a particular shop on 7th Avenue. That's right. Raoul! I bolted into the shop, knowing he was working a shift today. As he was preparing to close, Raoul looked at me, surprised. Spacey? Whoa. What's wrong? Why do you look so nervous? It's just... some strange people are after me. Strange people? What do you mean? Can you describe them? They're all wearing black. Before I could answer, the sound of glass shattering echoed through the shop. Ah! What the... Raoul immediately pulled me into his arms, protecting me from the shards of glass raining down on us. Looking up, I saw a group of men had driven a car into the shop, guns pointed in our direction, and now they have guns! Where did this come from? Bird, simmer down. Freeze! Get your hands up in the air! Huh? Damn, they're armed. Get down, both of you! Robin tossed his Mal Donuts apron at the attackers and leapt out from behind the counter. Without hesitating, he charged at one of the men in black, delivering a powerful kick. Okay, what is Robin? Just good with legs? What the hell? Gah! Hey, didn't you hear us? Keep your hands in the air and don't move! Hey, no guns! What if you hit them? But... no guns? In that case, hide under the counter. Raoul shoved me below the counter, then darted out to join the fray. Ha! He threw a powerful punch at one of the men. What? And you're like, God, this is hot. Hey, that's a good one. Now let's take him down. Yeah. The unexpected teamwork between Raoul and Robin was impressive. Also, like, this is not like our boyfriend trying, like, he's just, like, punching and get, you're like, you know what? You are an action star, so, like, you got moves, and, like, now you're, like, kicking ass for me. It's really hot. Hey, if you resist! Ha! And the thing is, it's not like they're cops. Because they'd be like, freeze, police! And you'd be like, oh, okay. Maybe. They didn't say they were cops. Ah! Ah! The two of them managed to disarm the attackers, swiftly taking them down. It was like watching a scene straight out of an action movie. Watch out! I'm not done yet. He went that way. Leave it to me. They're battling armed men. How are these two working so well together? Stunned, I could do nothing but watch the events unfold. Within moments, all the attackers were down. It happened so quickly, it was almost hard to believe. Phew. Is that all of them? Yeah, should be. I don't sense anyone else outside. You can sense people outside? Their casual talk suggested this wasn't their first time. Robin began to secure the unconscious men, pulling a rope from seemingly nowhere. Before I could process what was happening, Raoul was by my side, a look of concern on his face. Spacey, you okay? Are you hurt? No, I'm fine. Raoul, what about you? I'm totally fine. These guys weren't completely serious anyway. Really? Yeah, they said that firing was forbidden. Their goal wasn't to harm us. Which means they're not robbers. They're probably here for something else. When you got here, you said they were chasing after you, right? Yeah, they suddenly started chasing me. Suddenly? Did they say anything to you before that? No, not in particular, but they might have come to the office yesterday. Huh? Really? Yeah, my coworkers mentioned that a man in a black suit came looking for me. That man might have been pretending to be a new member and came in today. When I entered the meeting room, he suddenly tried to capture me. So they were out to kidnap you. Any idea why they'd want to do that? I really don't know. The most obvious reason would be because I was Raoul's girlfriend, but even the most fanatic fans wouldn't resort to such methods. Who are these guys anyway? I have no clue. They don't have anything identifiable on them. Robin quickly searched the unconscious men's pockets. Just who was Robin anyway? Seriously! They're pretty organized and well-dressed. Maybe they were hired by someone rich. Like Eli? And that sounds plausible. Their mission was to capture you without causing harm. And do you think you might be valuable to them? Maybe because of your family background? You're not by any chance the daughter of some upper-class family. Have you made your father angry or something? Huh? No, my family isn't like that. My dad would take matters into his own hands. He wouldn't hire lackeys. If my dad wanted to kidnap me, he'd turn into a giant and do it himself. Exactly. Family issues didn't seem likely. Family. I've called the police already, so let's just wait here. And maybe we'll find out more when they wake up. See, that's the thing. Like, Raoul's parents left town, and then they look like, I finally found it, and it maybe had something to do with that. Why are they coming after me, though? Yeah, I hope so. It's a good thing we were about to close the shop. No other customers were here. Robin efficiently cleaned up the shattered glass while keeping a watchful eye on the men. Soon after, we heard the sirens of the arriving police. Oh, thank goodness they're here. Wait, FBI? Peering outside the shop, we saw several FBI vehicles pulling up. Does the FBI usually respond this quickly? I called for LAPD. Why is the FBI here? Maybe it's because it involved guns? From our hiding spot, we watched as agents emerged from their vehicles, holding up what looked like identification. FBI, we need you to come with us as persons of interest. Wow, they're really FBI agents. They're definitely the real deal. Follow us, you two. Oh, follow us, you two. Right. Raoul and Robin were led to one of the police cars. I attempted to follow, but was stopped. Huh? Suddenly my vision blurred and a wave of weakness swept over me. Spacey! Raoul and Robin, now in the car, jumped out and took down the FBI agents to reach me. But before they could, someone grabbed me from behind and pulled me into another vehicle. Damn, it was a trap! No! Spacey! Wait! Oh no. Wait, Raoul! I tried to call out to him, but my voice wouldn't come out. A wave of drowsiness hit me. Unable to resist, I fell unconscious. How does Eli... I'm assuming it's Eli, but like, how does he have the FBI working for him? Like, shit! Wait! Spacey! Spacey! After Spacey was kidnapped by someone, I was in a panic, frantically running towards the car. However, a human being can't outpace a car. Ultimately, it got away. License plate number, sweetie. Oh no. I can't believe Spacey was kidnapped. My mind went blank. I had no idea what was happening, and I simply stood there. Right. In times like these, I can see clues from the unconscious men back at Mount Donuts. I shuffled back the way I came. Upon reaching Mount Donuts, I noticed Robin making a call. Understood. Yes. Yes. Yes, I'll handle it. Raoul, thank goodness you're back. Is Robin, actually, some kind of secret FBI man? I'm here to investigate aliens. Maronies. Robin, I'm sorry. I tried to chase them, but I couldn't bring her back. I should be the one saying sorry. I failed to prevent her kidnapping. Yeah, Robin has a third job, and it's something like, why are you apologizing, Robin? The culprits are the ones at fault, not us. Raoul, how far did you chase that car? And do you remember where you lost sight of them? Oh, right. I chased them all the way to 3rd Avenue, but I don't know where they went from there. You ran to 3rd Avenue? Raoul, you're quite swift, aren't you? Does he work for the CIA? Is that why he joked about Raoul working for the CIA? And then Raoul's like, yeah, I would do it. He's like, really? Could you imagine? I'm sorry. I really hope Robin works for the fucking CIA because it's like, wait. I understand you're going undercover working at the donut shop. Fine. What's with the U-Cube thing? I just do that on the side. That's my side hustle. I mean, I not a CIA agent. I mean, I do have a standard 9 to 5 corporate America job. You know what I mean? And then I do this on the side, but it's just, I don't know why the idea of Robin being in the CIA, working at a donut shop undercover, but then also having a YouTube channel where he wears a fucking bird hoodie talking about love and romance. Why, that's so fucking funny. I need this. I need this to be the case. Oh, I really didn't think Robin was going to pull out any more tricks. I really thought, like, okay. And then when he showed up in Gil's route and he was Lovebirds, and you're like, okay, that's cute. All right. But, like, if he's got... But he really does have more to him, doesn't he? Son of a bitch. Robin's like the MVP of this game. He's amusing as shit. Good times. What's the use if I couldn't catch them? And what happened to the guys we knocked out? I managed to get some info out of them while you were on the chase. It appears they're in league with the guys who attacked our shop. I was also able to plant a bug on her before the FBI arrived. I believe I can track her location. Yes, seriously, dude. Don't worry, Raoul. I'll bring her back. Thanks, Robin, but who are you really? The way he extracted information and planted a tracking bug indicated he was no ordinary man. Even his combat style suggested he was professional. It reminded me of skills I learned from acting in various spy films. Seeing my confusion, Robin scratched his head sheepishly. Well, I suppose it's time to come clean. Despite my appearance, I've been undercover at Mount Donuts for a certain investigation. And this investigation's related to her kidnapping, so I'll reveal my true identity to you, Raoul. I'm with the CIA. He really is. I love this so much. Oh God, I'm gonna die. They set us up for that when friggin' Robin was like, you can work for the CIA. I feel like that we should have just been like, do you work for the CIA, Robin? Listen, they did a great job with Robin, okay? Because he's there in Maronisa's route, he's the donut guy, and you're like, okay, and then he falls in love with Clarice, and you're like, oh, that's cute. And then, like, later when he shows up in Gil's route and he's like, Lovebirds, you're like, all right, okay. I really, like, you were like, oh, okay, you had some secrets going on. Okay, neat. I really did not think that Robin was going to have a secret upon a secret upon a secret. I really didn't. Oh, God, I really did not. Like, holy shit. So then was, like, Ray the one that's just, like, a side character that was pointless? Because, like, Eli's popped up a couple of times. We know he's a lobster. Don't know how that's going to play out, right? But, like, unless, like, well, I mean, Ray made us get weirdly weird in Ryuki's route, so if he's, like, some kind of, like, an incubus or something, that would explain, and you'd find that out in Alan's route, but, you know, I mean, I really didn't think Robin was going to be the one with this many secrets, because I just figured when we found out in Gil's route that he was Lovebirds, it was like, oh, okay, he's got a YouTube channel. Okay, cool. And I was like, no, but he's also a CIA agent. You know, it wouldn't have been half as fun and amusing if he was just like the donut guy and then you find out he worked for the CIA if the YouTube channel wasn't a part of it. If that wasn't there, it wouldn't be half as fucking amusing. You'd be like, oh, okay, all right, sure. You know? But the YouTube channel is what really throws you off and makes it so much better. I love it. CIA? Counter of the dog Patrash, whatever. For dog counterattack of the dog Patrash, I'm thinking of adding more dogs named Johnny, Ginny, Manny, Looney, and Werney. Oh my God. I plan to play all the roles. I wonder if it'll attract more viewers. No worries, I'll make it cuter this time. Here goes. And then there's a bunch of like, fuck! Ah! Oh yeah, this is Eli's house. There's a lobster over there above the door. There's a lobster on the door. I honestly, before I saw the lobsters, I saw the bed and I went, this is Eli's place, no doubt. And then there's lobsters above on that like symbol above. There's 2 lobsters above the door. There's lobsters on the door handle. There's a lobster. The lobster on the door was okay. He's on the table. And then there's lobsters all over that motherfucking milking machine that he's gonna use to like take our blood or DNA or our essence or some weird shit. I don't know what that is, but like, yeah, okay. Listen, we knew he was sus, okay? Oh, it was just a dream. Raoul's act as a dog was nothing but a nightmare. I jumped awake and slowly realized I was in an unfamiliar room. Are there lobsters on the ceiling too? Because I feel like there should be lobsters on this pattern on the ceiling. You know, or like in the glass. There should just be lobsters everywhere. Huh? Where am I? The ceiling was ornately decorated and I couldn't make sense of my surroundings. It resembled an old European castle, but where was I? I tried to leave the bed to look out the window, but I was handcuffed. Huh? I can't move? The handcuffs were attached to a bedpost, restricting my movement. All right, Eli, get in here and tell me your master plan. Looking around, I noticed some medical equipment. What is this? I recognize that logo from somewhere. Hold on. The Omar Holdings logo? All the equipment in the room had an image of homard lobsters. It was the same logo I saw in the blood donation truck. Oh, yeah. See, it's something about our blood and he knows it's magical. Okay. But why? Wait, there's something on my arm. It was the same patch they applied after I donated blood. But I gave blood days ago. I shook my head trying to call what transpired before I passed out. Strange men attacked me, and the FBI, which was meant to help, instead abducted me. When I awoke, I found myself handcuffed to the bed. Is this a kidnapping? I don't know if this is supposed to be Eli, but I feel like if they would have just said it was Eli. But anyway, very astute. You're absolutely correct. Nope, it is Eli. So why did they do that? Like you don't know who it is. Anyway, Mr. Eli? I don't know why. Oh, is he wearing a lobster necklace now too around his neck? Was he always wearing that? That I didn't realize. Yeah. Maybe the Homard lobster lives forever because he gets blood from special people. Like us. Like gods. Are you really Zeus in disguise? Because I wouldn't put it past this game to do that. You know what I mean? Like, except for Zeus did make an appearance in... it was Berenice's route, right? Was it Berenice's route? Because we had to rescue Chi. But was Zeus also kind of like a goat? No, he was solid, right? Anyway. Mr. Eli? I suspected something when I saw the Omar Holdings logo on the equipment, but held out hope that I was mistaken. Good, are we gonna learn his fucking secrets, that he's a lobster, and like... I thought Omar Holdings could be a victim too, and their equipment was stolen. But I was wrong. The vice president of Omar Holdings was behind this. Why are you doing this? I had hoped to secure your cooperation willingly, but you didn't agree. Regrettably, I resorted to drastic measures. If only you had accepted my terms. Step closer to me. Eli smiled as he approached the bed, brushing my chin with his fingertip. Terms? You mean your attempt to recruit me for your new venture? A new venture, you say? It's true that it will bring significant change to our company, but not quite yet. This is the first act of my revenge. The commencement of the Human Lobsterification Project. The Human Lobsterification Project. Alright, okay. Uh-huh. Sure. Nope. Not... Robin being a CIA agent is funny, and then it just went wildly out into left field, like, this man is insane. Okay. Alright. Okay. Excuse me? Human Lobsterification Project? What on earth is that? It sounded somewhat appetizing, but given the circumstances, I doubted I'd be dining on delicious lobster anytime soon. Is he gonna turn people into lobsters so they live forever? Because he's tired of being alone? Because he's a lobster man. I recalled the Homard lobster stuffed animals at Diamor Paradis with their sad eyes. The image flickered in and out of my mind. And do you know that Omar Holdings also has a medical division? Huh? Yeah, I suppose. I figured the blood drive truck was part of that, and that they developed the Omar After Sun lotion as well. For years, I've secretly developed a miraculous drug. This wonder drug will cure Homard lobster allergies. Allergies? To Homard lobsters specifically? Yes, and just Homard lobsters. But it's crucial. I've eaten shrimp before with no issue. Only Homard lobsters trigger my allergy. Okay, it's not that you are actually some kind of weird lobster man thing. It's just you want to eat lobsters. Wait. That's even more insane. Wait a minute. I need a minute. I'm slightly let down. But also it's hilarious. I'm slightly let down because if he was like, I'm actually a lobster man, like weird thing, you would have been like, yeah, okay, makes sense. It's insane. This game is goddamn bonkers. And the first one was bonkers, so him being some kind of like lobster merman thing, you'd be like, yep, okay, yep. But this whole entire thing is just because he's allergic to Homard lobsters and he can't eat them, so he's doing this just so he can eat lobsters? Really? So he has like a shellfish allergy, but not really. Just the I don't know. I mean, I want to be mad about it, but I'm also not mad about it. Like, on one hand, I'm a little disappointed because I think my idea is insane and would have been kind of funny. But I can't be mad about it because this is even more insane and completely fucking ridiculous. This is so bonkers that even I could not have come up with something this bonkers. Okay. Yeah. All right. And you know, that's what makes it, in a way, a little bit better. Because I feel like the way they set you up, you absolutely could have vibed and been like, yeah, no, he's some kind of weird lobster deity or he's a lobster or something like that. It fit. You were like, yep. If you've never played this and you didn't know, you were like, yeah, no, that makes sense. Absolutely. In this game, Bumble Pig and like gods and like Alexander the Great reliving over here and all that shit. You're like, yep. Yeah, mm-hmm. Angels and demons and all. Yeah, absolutely. Lobster man. Got it. Fits 100%. Perfect. Fits perfectly. And then you get here and it's like, I'm just allergic to lobster and I'm mad about it. And you're like, that's somehow even more fucking insane. It's pretty basic because humans have food allergies, but it is so fucking insane that he is going through all these steps to just find a way to cure himself of being allergic to lobsters that it's actually more insane than him actually being a lobster. And that is something else. Okay. Whenever I consume a Homard lobster, I turn into a real lobster for about 10 minutes. Oh, okay. Okay, wait, there's that. Okay. You eat one and you turn into... It's because you are one. You are what you eat, literally. You're not supposed to eat your brethren. It's a curse. Oh my god, that's so fucking funny. Okay, never mind. Never mind. Now we just went back into, I'm trying to cure myself of an allergy. That's insane. Because I turn into a lobster. Okay, because so you are a lobster man. Jesus Christ, you took both insanities and fused them into one super insanity. It's like the Voltron levels of insanity. I can't... Jesus. Okay, this is just getting better. God damn. This part is not letting me down at all. Holy shit. I might choke to death. Are you sure that's an allergy? But who would believe that I, Eli Omar, transform into a Homard lobster? Hence I tell people it's merely an allergy. I wondered if I'd been cursed by Homard lobsters. The Omar family has historically consumed lobsters. I presumed it was a case of karma. Whatever the reason, I can eat shrimp and other crustaceans. Only Homard lobsters are inedible for me, despite being an Omar. As a result, I developed a hatred for shrimp and lobsters and banned their sale in Diamor Paradis. Ah, that explains why there are no... Okay, that explains that. Eli clenched his fist, his eyes burning in anger. Now that he mentioned it, none of the food at Diamore Paradis contained those. I had no idea this was the reason. Ridiculous. Eli took several deep breaths, attempting to calm himself. He regarded me with an icy stare, a cold smile on his lips. That's why I began researching hard lobsters, hoping to develop a new drug. But no matter how hard I tried, I couldn't. I want you to eat a lobster because I want to see, like, him in a lobster form. Not just a normal lobster, but you know what I mean, like a yassified little, like, Eli lobster looking thing. You know, like a hybrid thing. Like, I just need to see this. However, I finally found the key. You possess divine blood. Divine blood? You donated blood recently, didn't you? Yes. I conducted further tests on all blood samples to analyze their properties, a practice even my own employees aren't aware of. I couldn't believe my eyes when I saw your blood test results. You have a unique antibody for homard lobsters. Now that's baffling. I know we're over time, but this part. You possess what we call divine blood. And that's the blood I've been searching for all this time. I was a god once. I had no idea my blood held such special power. This is fucking ridiculous. I love it. But why homard lobsters specifically and not shrimp or other crustaceans? I was curious, but it didn't seem the right time to ask. As my confusion mounted, Eli spoke with a sense of pride. And while you were unconscious, I took a sample of your blood to create this wonder drug. I've finally overcome the homard lobster allergy that's haunted me for so long. Can I go home now? I can finally enjoy it when I want, in whatever quantity I desire. Eli snapped his fingers and a cart laden with dishes was wheeled in. I'm going to assume that it's a drug because your body will metabolize it, that you have to keep taking. It's not permanent. Although we have divine blood, so maybe. So, because, like, he could have just asked, you know, and that was probably the proposal. If we had agreed to the proposal, he would have been like, haha, keeping your blood forever. Listen. I'm not saying having a little side route with him where you end up, like, because we ended up romancing. So, you know, like, when we romanced him in Shelby's bad ending, that we ended up, like, basically being a blood bank for him. And it's like, I mean, if you were a vampire, I'd have willingly donated my blood to you. So I guess, I mean, it was, like, kind of the same. You're like, oh, you need my, okay, sure. Take my blood, sweetie. You need to get it to make your medicine. Like, whatever. I mean, okay. Rich people could ask for far worse than me donating my blood for him to make a miracle cure for himself so he doesn't turn into a lobster. You know what I'm saying? He's rich. He's kind of hot. The whole thing is fucked up as shit, but, like, I mean, we're into that kind of stuff, so whatever. The air filled with the mouth-watering aroma of cooked homard lobster. There was homard lobster thermidor, gratin, and bisque. It was a veritable feast of homard lobster. Every dish looked extravagant and delicious. It smells so good. The enticing scents intensified my hunger. As I salivated, Eli delicately spooned some homard lobster bisque into his mouth. Oh, this is the taste of homard lobster. You know, if he did this and he was like, actually, I hate lobster, that'd be funny. It's delicious. I've longed to savor you for years. Uh-huh. Good for you. Can you uncuff me now and let me go home? Now that he'd overcome his so-called homard lobster allergy, there was no reason for me to be there. That's what I thought, but Eli wore a wicked smile as he placed the spoon back into the cart. No, it's not over yet. My suffering's not fully healed. Not until my vengeance is achieved. I'm gonna make everyone else allergic to lobster so I can have it all myself, because, like, dude, you got over your allergy! Stop here. Stop while you're ahead. Vengeance? Those who ridiculed the homard lobster will be undone by it. Since childhood, I've vowed to make everyone experience my pain. Okay, now we went back right into Crazy Town. I don't think this man ever left Crazy Town. I'm pretty sure he was bored there. They've mocked me incessantly, saying, Eli Omar can't eat homard lobsters. The Omar guy is allergic to homard lobsters, they'd say. I was even bullied in middle school because of it. Even my family joined in on the jest. They'd hold all-night Hamard lobster parties and I'd be excluded. I guess it would be catastrophic if he did eat them back then. I grew to resent my family name. If only I wasn't an Omar. But I'm the heir to Omar Holdings, so I threw myself into my studies, striving to compensate for my perceived deficiencies. But I was still bullied in high school. Despite my superior capabilities, they derided me just because I couldn't eat Hamard lobsters. What? Who does that? Does that happen? Do you go to school like, oh, can't eat peanut butter or you'll die, pussy? Like, does anybody actually, like, where did you live? I mean, I get your family maybe being like, oh, look at this freak. Goddamn, can't believe you're my son. And, like, maybe your family kind of, like, treated you like garbage. But everybody? What the fuck? France is a weird place, okay? Even though I can enjoy shrimp or crabs, the Hamard lobsters were off limits. I despise this body of mine. I don't mind it, it's pretty. The creature bearing my name was the one thing I couldn't consume. Do you know how humiliating that was? That's why I made a promise to myself, to inflict the same amount of pain on those who belittled me. Eli spread his arms wide, looking up at the ceiling. I love his villain monologue. This is amazing. I had no idea what he was planning, but his hatred and thirst for revenge were real. His resentment of people's ability to enjoy Hamard lobsters was real. Truly was like a curse. But what will you do? I doubted he was planning to invite his middle school classmates over for a Hamard lobster party. Eli, who was typically calm and composed, seemed agitated. I stared at him, still perplexed, as he carefully extracted a mysterious-looking vial. Do you know what this is? No clue. This is a byproduct of my research on Hamard lobsters while trying to create my wonder drug. This potion is the antithesis of the wonder drug I used on myself. The antithesis? So you're saying if people eat Hamard lobsters, they'll turn into Hamard lobsters like you? I kind of want to see this. Don't you think if everyone turned into Hamard lobsters, true equality would be achieved? It's disturbing. I will disperse the Hamard lobster drug worldwide with drones. Any human who consumes a Hamard lobster will transform into one. If everyone's cursed by the Hamard lobster, a world where I was never inferior will finally come to be. Again, imagine rating your... Imagine having an inferiority complex because you can't eat lobster. No one will make fun of me anymore. I'm sure all those who did will deeply regret it. Now, can you imagine what will happen when people discover the existence of the wonder drug made by Omar Holdings? Everyone who ridiculed me and all the power brokers will bow before me. They'll be willing to pay any price I ask, all for the chance to eat Hamard lobsters again. I wouldn't. I'd be like, whatever, I can't eat lobster. All right. I think everyone will just stop eating Hamard lobsters. Yeah, most part. Your blood is the only thing capable of creating this wonder drug. By keeping you captive, I ensure no one else can reproduce it. In other words, I can monopolize the cure to the Hamard lobster curse. All it takes is for you to belong to me. My Omar Holdings will not only conquer the curse of the Hamard lobster, but also ascend to unprecedented heights. The Hamard lobster shall rule the world. The human lobsterification project. My tale of vengeance. Wait, what? Sounded like a joke, but his plan was genuinely dangerous. The curse of transforming into Hamard lobster upon consumption, if it spread worldwide, it would be disastrous. You can't do that. Besides, it's illegal. That's only an issue for those who know you're here. But if I don't show up for work, my company will grow suspicious. Oh, I've set it up so that it appears you've been headhunted by another firm. I sent someone to Cupid Core to finalize it. What? So the men in black who went to Cupid Core were there to create that illusion. My coworkers had mentioned someone was there to see me. They thought it was a stalker, but they'd see it differently if it were a headhunter. And the only ones who tried to intervene with your abduction were employees from a donut shop. Raoul Aconite's current reputation is insignificant to our company. We can easily erase all traces. But you can't keep this hidden forever. People coming and going here will eventually notice. Only the heir of the Omar family is allowed here. And this place is the Omar Castle. Even my own family doesn't have unrestricted access. Explicit permissions required to enter, and security is tight. Nobody can wander in here accidentally. Unfortunately for you, you shouldn't hold your breath for a rescuer. And there's always the possibility that you'll fall in love with me. I mean, when it's a choice between you and Raoul, no. I love Raoul. But, like, a little piece on the side, sure. I mean, you know. But in another world, in another... absolutely. I do feel bad that we, like, destroyed Shelby for you, but, like, whatever. Eli gave me a seductive smile as he leaned over me. He was brimming with confidence, as if he were certain he could make anyone fall for him. If you do fall in love with me, we can immediately get married, and then you'll legally be mine. Never! You'll never have your way! We'll see how long your stubbornness lasts. I will welcome your change of heart whenever it happens. Hey, Stockholm Syndrome, that's real, okay? He tenderly held strands of my hair, kissed the tips, then stepped away and left the room. The door shut with a resounding thud befitting a castle, followed by a deafening silence. The delicious aromas from the hammered lobster dishes lingered in the air. Oh, I'm starving. I wasn't sure how long I was unconscious, but the enticing smells were hard to resist. But if the human lobsterification project actually begins, everyone will suffer this torment. Delicious hammered lobsters. Given their tantalizing flavor, abstaining from them would be a considerable hardship. I finally grasped the gravity of the situation. If the human lobsterification project took place, it would be catastrophic. Can we wrap this scene up? Because, like, we're like 20 minutes over. It's killing me. I can't just sit idly by. I must find a way to escape. I struggled with the handcuffs, trying to free myself, but they were too tight. I liked his monologue, but now I'm, like, tired, and I just want to wrap it up here. I couldn't look for my phone with the cuffs on. I felt utterly helpless. What should I do? Only Raoul and Robin witnessed my abduction, but Eli claimed they posed no threat to him. That's what troubled me. I hoped they weren't in any danger. Either way, I need to escape. I frantically attempted to wriggle free. Suddenly, something red caught my eye. Oh my god. Okay. I'm stopping here. I don't care if the scene ends in another minute. We're like 20 minutes over, and I'm like, shh, it's taking too long. And I'm like, I just want to wrap it up. I just want to be done. So I'm just going to stop here in the middle of this fucking scene because, like, shit, it's taken too long, and it's going to be like a 2-hour part. And I probably should have stopped earlier. Like, but it is what it is. So anyway, I will see you next time. Remember to give the video a big thumbs up and subscribe to see more.